Agriculture in Scotland is going through a fundamental transition based on the need to produce the food, fibre and fuel we need in ways that emit less carbon and harmful gases, and also reverse the biodiversity crisis, the very nature upon which this production depends. We are also committed to a just transition in Scotland, with equality at the heart of any land use change that is required to be made. One solution, which is growing in recognition in Scotland and elsewhere in the world, is agroecology.
Agroecology is a way of thinking about food systems that are beyond necessarily the farm gate, so it's the whole ecology of the entire food system, but it's also thinking very much about the farm as an agro-ecosystem. So thinking about natural processes, looking at how we can reduce inputs and use nature and those natural processes to actually drive the engine of the farm and be the thing that enables our farms to be resilient, particularly in a changing climate, that's very important, but also profitable by improving profit margins thanks to reducing our need for inputs.
Agroecology is really about nature-friendly farming. That can take the form of different techniques involved in farming, whether that's ecological pest control, cover crops, intercropping, or integrating livestock with trees or trees with crops. And ultimately it's about focusing on soil health and the connections between healthy soil, healthy plants, healthy animals, and ultimately healthy people.
Agroecology is also about people coming together and really recognising the producers in all of this and looking at food justice. So it's not just about how we produce and use the land, but also thinking how people access food and trying to revise the food system and make it more equitable for more people and making sure that farmers and growers are at the heart of decision making.
We know the essential knowledge and skills that are held by our farmers, crofters and growers across Scotland, and also the trust they have in each other. Therefore, we're delighted to be supported by the Scottish Government through their Knowledge Transfer and Innovation Fund to run a peer-to-peer agroecological knowledge exchange programme.
It's really interesting to hear what other people would like to do and how there is a lot of people wanting to do these sort of things in their own area and take them forward. And yeah, I see a lot of determined people that will go ahead and do this.
Great that some of the ideas are very simple and not expensive to implement and not complicated to implement. So really encouraging, excellent.
There's nothing like actually going out into the field and seeing it and feeling it. And there's one thing that people will receive through lectures or in other methods of learning, but there's nothing like those who are living it every day of life. It's a much overused phrase now, lived experience, but actually that is what you need to hear.
Speaking to our friends, speaking to people who are operating in a different space, and there's a massive amount of knowledge exchange happening behind the scenes. Do we need a formalised education system to teach us how to do agroecology or regenerative farming? It would be a great space to have. Is it essential? Possibly not. Come along to these events, the knowledge is there, it's generally freely given, and it's a very open group of people.
It's got to be a huge celebration of farming and of everybody at every level to move in the direction of looking after one another and looking after people with food and looking after animals in the right way. And it's moving that way. There is a groundswell, which I think is really exciting and positive.
Talk to other farmers, share that information. I would guarantee it will make you think about your own practices and hopefully make you think about doing something different.